Wonderful. Well, hello everybody. I don't know what the weather's like with you, but it's all a bit damp and miserable here. It's in what normally is sunny Stratford, so an excuse to sit in for the next hour. Right, what I'm going to do, I have got somewhere a presentation. So I am going to share my screen. And take it to the beginning, because that would be a good place to start. There. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see that. So I'm going to be with you for the next hour, and hopefully over the next hour, if nothing else, what you're going to take away from this presentation is how you can boost your immune system, which is really important at the minute. It's all over the news, isn't it? How you can aid your body in healing, and also how you can reach a higher level of relaxation, get some of those stresses out of your life. So the next hour is going to run with the session being in two parts. The first part is all about the essential oils. Then we'll have a short break. Any questions while we're having, while I'm going through all of this with the oils, then just type them into the chat feature or jot them down, and you can ask at the first interval. The second part is all about our income opportunity. So if you're on here wondering how to make a business with doTERRA, stick around for the last 10-15 minutes of it. And again, while we're going through that bit, if you've got any questions at all, just type them through into the chat. So without further ado, let's get started. Let me tell you just a very brief history of doTERRA, all in about 30 seconds. So doTERRA themselves company were established in 2008 by these wonderful 7 people on the screen you see there. These are our founders. Now, doTERRA is a bit of a strange word. It's actually a Latin word for gift of the earth. And I really do think that that's what these essential oils are. Now, when the founders got together back in, well, just before 2008, when they started talking about forming the company, one of the strongest things that was coming across from what they wanted to achieve was to have the purest, most trusted and most tested essential oils, bringing them to market. And when you partner with doTERRA, you are now partnering with the world's largest essential oils company. And bear in mind, as I say, we've been going about 15 years, and we now have over 10 million customers all around the world. So it's something that the growth within the company has been phenomenal. Now, the essential oils are taken from all different parts of the globe, but it's about the altitude, the climate, the seasons, the soil for the particular plant for the oil that we're looking to take. So you can see here in the shaded areas that we take, grow the plants and take the oils from many different parts of the globe. And I would say that over half the countries that we take the oils from are actually considered to be developing world countries. So it's important that we have a good relationship with the growers and the harvesters. And we can learn more about this when you look at the co-impact partnership with the farmers and the growers. So I'll touch a little bit more on that in a little while. Just to say that we've got more than just essential oils within doTERRA. We do have a vitamin supplement range. We have an entire On Guard range. I'll touch on that later as well. And we have some lovely toiletries, beauty products, spa products, things like that. And this is all with a view to having natural products. So trying to go for a chemical-free life as and where you can to make some easy swaps. And this is quite important when you look at our toxic load. So if you look at this article here from the Mail Online from a few years ago now, it said the average woman puts over 500 chemicals on her body each and every day. Now, this is besides the fact that we are breathing in chemical fumes. We're using chemical products in the cleaning of our homes, in the upholstery of our homes, and even in the food in some instances. But this was what we were voluntarily putting on our bodies each and every day. And if I open the article up for you a little bit there, you'll see some of the everyday products that we use, things like shampoo, hairspray, different types of makeup, deodorant, things like that. And it's not about scaring you. This is about just making you aware of the chemicals that are in your everyday products that you're probably using without thinking about them. And you can actually do some easy swap outs. For instance, for me, the easy swap outs were shampoo, body lotion, deodorant, something I could do almost instantly, which didn't change my routine, didn't change anything else, but it just stopped me taking on board extra chemicals each and every day. Now, when we look at doTERRA here, we are looking at nature's pharmacy. And that's how we like to think of our essential oils. And the oils themselves are taken from different parts of the plant. Some are taken from the roots, then we've got the stems, the barks and the leaves. And they help to form the plant's own immunity against things like microbes, bacteria, fungus, insects, disease, all the type of things that could attack a plant. As well as that, though, they're also the fluid that regenerates and heals the plant. And this is really good news for us because our bodies are made of similar building blocks at a DNA level. So when we use the oils in our bodies, they go to work in much the same way as they would for the plant. Now, if you're already using herbal remedies and things like that, please do bear in mind when you use essential oils that they are 70 times more powerful than the herb. And this is because we don't use the entire herb. We just take the oil sac from deep within the area of the plant, as you can see on the diagram there. That's a peppermint leaf, or it's a peppermint plant on the left, and magnified into the leaf, you can see the little white oil sacs, and they're the little bits that we're interested in. So do bear in mind when you're using essential oils, they are much more potent than herbal remedies. So let me explain a little bit about how essential oils work. This diagram here is a human cell. And this is trying to explain to you the difference between a virus and a bacteria. So a bacteria will exist in your body, but not at a cellular level, where a viral infection will actually affect you at a cellular level. So if you've got a bacterial infection, you could perhaps go off to the doctors. They'll perhaps prescribe you with antibiotics, which is effective in getting rid of the bacteria that's causing the infection. Unfortunately, as we know now, antibiotics will sweep away a lot of good bacteria as well, leaving you with some adverse side effects. Ladies on this call, you possibly know what I'm talking about there when you go and get your antibiotics and go and get your other cream as well. But also it could be things like the effect it has on your gut bacteria. So it's nice to be able to use essential oils if you have a bacterial infection. But if you have a viral infection, because that's affecting you at a cellular level, the doctors can't actually give you any pharmaceutical products because most of them these days are water-based, and the outer membrane of a human cell is lipophilic. Now, the good news is essential oils have lipophilic properties, so they can pass through the outer membrane and work in your cells. And in this instance here, they can actually stop that virus reproducing, so can actually have an effect on a virus within your body. So there are lots and lots of uses for essential oils, but it's just nice to know that you've got many options regardless of what type of problem you're trying to deal with. Now, the oils are extremely fast and effective. Even if you were to just breathe in the aromatic substances directly from the bottle, they would go up into your nasal cavity, and from here they would interact with your olfactory bulb. This is connected to the limbic system of your brain, and the limbic system is where it's like your control center, your emotional center, and it's the limbic system that sends messages out to the glands around your body to create hormones. So you can very quickly change the hormones that are going around your body, and then in effect change whatever mood that you may have upon you at the time. Now, I say very effective and very fast. Within 22 seconds, the molecules will have reached the brain. And within 2 minutes, they'll be found in your bloodstream. And within 20 minutes, they will have affected every single cell in your body. So definitely fast and effective. Now, there are 3 different ways to use the essential oils. The first way we've just touched on is aromatically. And this is a lovely way to positively affect your mood. Now, you could do it by popping a drop on the palm of your hands. Rub your palms together, keep your fingers nice and clean, cup your hands, and have a deep inhale all 3 that way. Or you could pop the oil into a cold water diffuser. This is the recommended way to use doTERRA's oils. I've got one on the go here, if you can see the mist from that. I've got a beautiful blend in there today. We use cold water diffusers rather than oil burners because they're a therapeutic grade oil. And what we don't want to do is heat up the oil because that will change the molecular structure of the oil. They will still smell divine, but you will have lost the therapeutic benefit of them. So we always recommend cold water diffusers. And it's an excellent way using a diffuser to cleanse the air around you. So there are lots and lots of reasons why you would want to use the oils aromatically. The next way to use the oils is topically, and by this we mean applying it onto the skin. Now, if you're going to use these oils with babies and toddlers or even the elderly, you would want to consider diluting, and there's a dilution chart available for you for the different age ranges. This is because babies and toddlers have got extremely sensitive skin, and the elderly have got quite thin skin, and as I've already mentioned, these oils are very potent. Now, you would use the oils topically to get localized benefits, and in that instance you would always want to consider diluting with a fractionated coconut oil in order to hold the oil where you're putting it, and I'll touch more on that as we're going through. If you're not sure about your own skin sensitivity, I could say skin sensitivity, you could either dilute with a carrier oil, or you could apply the oils directly onto the soles of your feet, because your skin here is the least sensitive of anywhere else on your body, and also the pores are larger here than anywhere else as well, so they'll be absorbed really quickly into your system. Now, the third and final way to use these essential oils is internally, and at this point I'm going to stress today's presentation is all about doTERRA's essential oils. So anything that we say to use the oils for, we're only really talking about doTERRA's oils. Now, when I talk about using them internally, I'm not even talking about all of doTERRA's oils. We have over 200 oils and blends in the range, and currently 42 of them have been signed off safe to use internally and effective to use internally. Now, if you're wanting to use them internally, you've got quite a few options. You could just add it to your drinking water. You could pop it directly under your tongue. Some people like to get some of the oil and go up into the soft palate, to the roof of your mouth there. I will say though that some of the oils don't taste very pleasant in their real neat form. And in that instance, we would go for veggie capsules. We've got some here. doTERRA do actually sell veggie capsules. And these are ideal because they're little empty capsules that will come apart, and you can put your oils into the one side. I would always add a little bit of carrier oil to that before you pop the lid back on. It just helps the body absorb the essential oils easier. And then you would click that shut and you would take that as you would take a normal capsule. So that's a really effective way of using the oils internally. So the goal of this class is really to empower you, to get you to understand just some simple basics that would help you cover an absolute array of common ailments that you have with yourself and maybe your family. This is just a whistle-stop tour. We only have an hour with you today, so I'm just going to give you some examples of the things you can use these oils for. Just know that there is more in-depth information available for you should you wish to know more about them. And if you are interested in the business side of things and you've joined us a little bit later, I'll cover that in the last 10-15 minutes. But for now, let's get on with these oils. The first oil today is peppermint. This is our energizing oil. It's a wonderful natural energizer. So if you're one of these people who struggles to get going first thing in the morning, or maybe you have a slump mid-afternoon, this is a great one. And you can take peppermint in all of the three ways. So you could pop this into your diffuser, you could put a drop in a glass of water and drink it that way too. It's a great one to apply topically to the head or maybe around the neck if you've got any kind of tension. Just steer clear of the eyes. You don't want to be getting the oils in your eyes, and if you do, just put a little bit of carrier oil onto a tissue and just bathe the oils out. Don't go for water, it will drive it in. So always use a carrier oil in order to dilute if you're getting any kind of discomfort. Peppermint is also really good for opening up your airways and allowing for clear breathing. But for me, peppermint was all about the digestive system. When I got started with doTERRA, gosh, well over 5 years ago now, I didn't know anything about essential oils at all, and I was having issues with acid reflux. I was taking a drug called omeprazole, and I'd been prescribed the drug and I'd been taking it for over 10 years. But the doctor had decided that I was getting to a certain age and I'd been on the drug too long. It was time for me to come off it, but he didn't offer me an alternative. And a friend of mine actually called to talk to me about doTERRA, and I did mention that I got this acid reflux issue, and he sent me a tiny vial with a few drops of peppermint in the bottom and told me to pop it on my finger and put it into my tongue when the acid reflux was happening. Well, even though I was taking this omeprazole, I was still got this ever-present burning that was always there. I just kind of learned to live with it. And I have to say that within about 15 seconds or so of having a bit of this peppermint in my mouth, that burning sensation just melted away. And from that day to this, I have not taken omeprazole, which was a good thing actually, because as the doctor explained to me, I was approaching menopause age, bless him, and really nice when the doctor tells you that. And proton pump inhibitors, which what omeprazole is one of them, they actually stop your body from being able to absorb calcium. And as you approach menopause, you do need more calcium in order to sort out your bone density. So it was definitely a drug I needed to come off, but a difficult one to come off if you don't have an alternative. So my little pot of peppermint really did save the day. So any kind of acid indigestion, mild heartburn, just reach for the peppermint. Peppermint's also a wonderful natural insect repellent. I know a lot of people I know are suffering with ants coming in the house at the moment, and I was reliably informed by Andy a few weeks ago that peppermint oil is a great way to stop the ants coming in. So just pop a drop by, if you can find out where they're coming in, pop a drop of peppermint oil right by where they're coming in. They really don't like it, and they'll perhaps go next door instead. Now, talking about the potency of the oils again, 1 drop of doTERRA peppermint oil is the equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So you don't need very much of these oils when you do start using them. The next oil is lavender. This is our relaxing oil. Now, I reckon everybody on this call already knows that lavender is really good for helping relax and calm. I knew nothing, remember, so I didn't actually know of this. And one of my main issues when my friend phoned to talk to me about doTERRA and all these lovely oils was the fact that I was having big issues with sleep. I'd moved into this house 8 years prior to getting involved with doTERRA, and from my first night I just didn't sleep very well, and I'm used to sleeping through anything, so it was a big shock to me to not be able to sleep properly. And I was waking every 2 hours, so I would go to bed at 10, wake at 12, wake at 2, wake at 4, get up at 6, exhausted. And after 8 years, I was beyond the edge of my tether. So when my friend Neil called me and was talking to me about doTERRA, he also offered to send me a little sample of lavender. And again, it was just a few tiny drops in the bottom of one of these little sample vials. And he told me to pop it on my pulse points, have a breathe in at bedtime, and off I went. The first night I remember doing that, and I only woke once. I spoke to him the next day and I said, crikey, if that's as good as it gets, I need some of this oil. And he told me to use it again the second night, and the second night I did the same thing. I slept straight through. It was absolutely priceless, that night's sleep. And I have to say, I've learned so much in my 5 and a bit years with doTERRA now on how to really help yourself and use the oils to help yourself as well. So anybody, any problems with sleep, I would certainly reach for the lavender first. Now, it's also really good, all things calming for the skin. So any kind of skin irritation. So it could be an insect bite or a sting, or maybe just an itchy area. Or me, I touch the oven, the bars on the oven. You reach in for something and you end up touching the bars. This is a great one to use neat on the affected area. So I have a bottle of lavender that lives in the bedroom, but I also have another bottle that lives in the kitchen for when anything would get bitten, or I invariably touch the oven. Lavender is another good one for easing muscle tension. So you'll notice we've got some crossovers with these oils already. Once you know that you've got a few oils to choose from, you can just go by personal preference. Again, lavender oil is another one to keep the insects at bay. They really don't like the lavender oil. So again, it's about personal choice. The next oil we have is lemon oil, and this is a cleansing oil. So this is a really good one. Remember I was saying earlier about all the toxins that we've got in our system? Because we've got all these extra toxins in our system stored around our bodies, it does mean our bodies aren't functioning at their optimum. So if you can release some of those toxins out of your system, your body would actually start functioning as it was meant to. So this lemon oil works as a natural detoxifier. It will give you a lovely, gentle cleanse. So you don't want any horrible detox systems. So I would recommend 1 drop of lemon oil in a glass of water every morning, and that will give your system a gentle cleanse. At the same time, this lemon essential oil is alkaline. It is not taken from the fruit of the lemon. It is taken from just underneath the rind. So it isn't acidic. So at the same time as cleansing your system and getting rid of some of the toxins, it will also balance the acidity levels in your body. And because we are overloaded with toxins, and because we have a lot of white refined sugar in our diets, our acidity levels are higher than they ought to be for our bodies to function well. and ward off things. So if you can balance your acidity levels, release some of the toxins, your body will really thank you for that. Lemon oil is also really good for your airways as well. Combining peppermint oil with a citrus oil is a wonderful energy boost to put those two together. The citrus oils also promote positive mood and they aid with focus. So it's a great one to put in the diffuser if you're trying to concentrate on something. Now, lemon essential oil is also really good if you're looking to do some green cleaning. We always use glass bottles when we're working with essential oils, but if you were to just get yourself a glass spray bottle, put some drops of lemon essential oil in the bottom, top it up with some clean water, and there you've got an all-purpose cleaner. So here you could clean your bathroom, your toilet, your cooker, your microwave, anything. But where it comes into its own to my mind is that you could clean your work surfaces, chopping boards, things like that. Because of all the antibacterial properties it's got, it's going to give you a lovely cleanse. But because it's natural, you've got no cross-contamination. So you haven't got to worry about ventilating the room while you're using them, rubber gloves, all that kind of stuff. And because it smells lovely, you might even have a smile on your face while you're doing your cleaning. Can't promise you that there. So lots and lots and lots of uses for your lemon essential oil. Now it takes 45 lemons to make a 15 ml bottle of lemon essential oil. So again, with the potency, you don't need to use very much at all. Now the next oil is tea tree. This is the anti-threat oil. So it is antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, antiseptic. It's a wonderful first aid for the skin. So any kind of cuts and scrapes, reach for your tea tree and it will help ward off any kind of infection. It's also really good for your hair. So if you add a couple of tea tree drops to your normal shampoo, it'll lather up an awful lot more, but you'll have lovely, thick, clean and healthy looking hair when you rinse it all off. Now, if you get the dreaded letter from the school that the children have got nits or lice, don't know what you call it where you are, don't go rushing out for the horrible chemical shampoo. The children at school will know what's happened because they can smell it the next day. Just add a couple of drops of this tea tree to their shampoo. It will deal with the nits and lice and they'll have the added benefit of the lovely luscious hair as well. Once you've dried it for them. Now tea tree is also really good to protect against environmental and seasonal threats, and it's also a really good one to boost your immune system, so it's a great one to put in the diffuser. It's also a great one to team up with this next oil, and this next oil is oregano. This is nature's most powerful antibiotic. So if you feel that you're coming down with something, you know, you get that hot itchy throat, temperature, runny eyes, you know you're coming down with something, then you would want to take a drop of oregano with a drop of tea tree. Now at this point I'm going to point out to you that oregano is a hot oil. It's also one of the ones that's somewhat unpleasant in its neat form. So if you were wanted to take oregano, then I would absolutely recommend these little veggie caps. A drop of oregano, a drop of tea tree, top it up with a pure carrier oil, and just take that 3 times a day for say 5 to 7 days, and you will ward off whatever was trying to come to you. And at the same time, you would give your immune system a real big boost. Now, oregano is also really good for things like skin tags, verrucas and warts. Now, because it's a hot oil, you would want to protect the skin around the area that you're treating, and then just be really precise where you put the oregano. If you are going to use your oregano on your skin, then always use a carrier oil because, as I say, it's a hot oil. It's a great one for using in cooking. Even though we're saying it doesn't taste very nice in its neat form, it tastes divine if you put it into your cooking. Just don't put very much in. 1 drop is ample say if you're cooking for 4, a bolognese or something like that, 1 drop of oregano oil will be plenty. Just remember they are 70 times more powerful than the herb. So lots and lots of uses for oregano. The next oil is frankincense. This is a wonderful anti-inflammatory oil, one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory oils. It's what we call the king of all oils. When in doubt, get your frankincense out. It's got so many things that this is really good for. It will help you build and maintain a healthy immune system. So this is a really good one for your immune system, but you get lots of other benefits with this one. This one helps to promote cellular health and gets your cells operating at an optimum level. It's really good to regulate the menstrual cycle. If you're premenopausal and you've gone from being nice and regular to all of a sudden all over the place, then frankincense will help you with that. It's also a very spiritual oil. So if you want to meditate or maybe do your yoga whilst you're diffusing your frankincense, it's a wonderful one to help rest the mind. So any kind of anxiety and stress, frankincense has been found to really calm the mind. It has the ability to pass through the blood-brain barrier, and this is vital with some of the different things that you can use frankincense for. Now, you don't have to take our word for what we're saying about these oils here today. You could go on to some websites and take a look yourself. If you went on to America's medical website, it's aromaticscience.com, I think. If you were to go on to that and put in doTERRA frankincense, you'll see all the studies that have taken place and that are currently ongoing with things like cancer, leukemia, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, Alzheimer's, dementia, all of those things, where it's found that frankincense can be beneficial. So it's worth doing a little bit of homework yourself, just so you can see really for yourself. I say, don't take our word for everything we're saying today. Now, frankincense will also power up any other oil that you combine it with. So if you're using, say, peppermint for a bit of a headache and it's kind of took most of it off, but it's lingering, you could just layer a little bit of frankincense over the top and it will absolutely disappear. So it's really good. Also, if you're using any of the pain oils, this is a great one. It will just supercharge it really. Now, frankincense is also a wonderful anti-aging oil. So this is a great one because you can use the oil because you're vain, but also get all the side benefits. And the reason I say it like that is because that's exactly what I do. I love all these benefits from frankincense, but I actually love the anti-aging most because I can add just a few drops of this into my everyday moisturizer. So I will actually add a few drops of this to my pot of moisturizer, stir it in, use that each and every day. My skin's benefiting first and foremost, but all of these other side benefits will be taking place because the frankincense will be absorbed into my body and help to work at a cellular level there for me. So it's what I like to refer to as a win-win when it comes to things like that. Now, the next oil is actually a blend of oils. This is On Guard. This is our protective blend. So this is a blend of cinnamon, clove bud, wild orange, rosemary and eucalyptus. So this one's a bit fruity and a bit spicy in its fragrance. And this is a really good one for helping to support your immune function. This is one of its primary reasons for this one, but also to protect against environmental threats. This is a great one to put in the diffuser if you're having to be around other people, or maybe you're having other people come into your home and they're all a bit coughy and sniffly. They're saying they're tested, it's not that, but you just think, right, I'm putting On Guard in my diffuser. It smells divine, so your house will smell gorgeous and you'll be protecting yourself against any kind of environmental threat. It's a great one to use proactively. Pop onto the bottom of your feet each and every day, especially your children's feet, because you send them off to school, they mix with all those other children, bring all the germs home to the rest of the household. Put this on their feet each and every day and it will help to reduce that dramatically. On Guard's another good one for using for cleaning. There is an entire On Guard product range, and this range is from dental products, cleaning products, laundry products. It's an extensive range, all incorporating this beautiful oil. Now, the next oil is the respiratory blend. This is Air. This is a combination of peppermint, eucalyptus, cardamom, laurel leaf, ravensara, melaleuca and lemon oil. And this is a great one for maintaining your clear airways and breathing. So if you know anybody who's got any kind of breathing issues, so this could be asthma, it could be emphysema, COPD, hay fever, all of those things where people are struggling to breathe. This is a fabulous one. You would use this one either topically or aromatically. I've stuck them for a minute. So you could apply it to the chest if you're struggling to breathe and you'll get the vapors that way, or you could pop it into the diffuser, or you could pop a drop onto the palms of your hands that way. And it's a wonderful way of opening up your airways. My dad suffers with COPD, which is a lung condition. So he doesn't have full lung capacity. And this one, when I first heard about this, I thought I must get my dad to try this one. Because bear in mind, when I heard about all these oils, I'd already tried two and I knew they worked. So when I heard about this air, I thought I must get my dad to try this. And my dad uses this a couple of times each and every day. And it says it just allows him to breathe a little bit more easier. And you can't underestimate the change that that can have on someone's life when they're struggling to breathe. You don't have to be poorly to use this one. This is a great one for using before you do your exercise because it will open up your airways and you will have a much better workout. Now, the next oil is Deep Blue. This is our soothing blend. So all medicine cabinets need to have something to deal with pain. Now, this one will come in a different bottle. It will have a childproof cap on the top because this one is not to be taken internally. So there's a little childproof cap on the top just to remind you of that. So this is for all kinds of pain. So it could be muscular pain, skeletal pain, migraine pain, period pain, fibromyalgia, aches and pains. This is a wonderful one to massage into any areas that are causing you pain. You would want to use this one with a carrier oil because you want to maintain the oil where you apply it, because you will apply this to your area of pain, and a carrier oil will help to keep it so you'll get the localized benefits of the oil. So it's also a really good one for boosting your circulation. Deep Blue products, there's quite a few in the range these days. This is a blend of blue tansy, osmanthus, helichrysum, wintergreen, Roman chamomile, camphor and peppermint oil. And these oils in this blend are also in other products, and they're all available safe and registered on the Cologne list. So that means professional athletes can and do use this oil, and it means they won't lose their medals. So really good, safe, natural support for athletes as well. Now, last but by no means least is Zengest. This is our digestive blend. So this one here is to help with the digestion of food, and also to help you maintain a healthy gastrointestinal tract. Now, this is a blend of some tummy tamers in their own right. So in this one, we've got ginger, peppermint, anise, coriander, caraway, tarragon, and fennel. And these combined are quite aniseed in this one's fragrance and flavour. This is a really interesting one because there's so much that can be going wrong with the body just because your gut bacteria is out of balance. So did you know that 70% of your immune system cells are based in your gut? So if you are looking to get your gut, if you're looking to boost your immune system, you're going to want to get your gut cells back into balance. And also 95% of your serotonin, your happy hormone, is made in your gut. So if your gut bacteria is out of whack, this could show up in so many different ways. The obvious ways are things like digestive issues. So constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating, things like that. You would know straight away it was a tummy issue. But other things, maybe you wouldn't think tummy straight away. Autoimmune diseases, for instance. So it could be IBS or rheumatoid arthritis. This could be stemming from the fact that your gut bacteria is completely out of balance. Even things like depression and anxiety and brain fog. So you may be looking in certain aspects of your life, trying to find out what the cause of your issues are. My advice, start with your gut, get that back into balance first, and then move on from there. So your gut bacteria, and this Zengest would actually be one I would use on a daily basis to really help get things back into balance again. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, quality is really important to doTERRA. And important when it comes to using a quality product. And that's because a lot of the products on the marketplace today have undergone some form of adulteration. So please do choose your oils wisely. There is no worldwide regulation of essential oil companies. So what this means is a lot of companies claim to be selling 100% pure essential oil, and they'll put it on the label, and most of them simply aren't. You can see the different types of adulteration on the list there. And as I say, most of the oils out there have undergone one or more of those. And you don't have to take our word for that either. There's a company out there called the Aromatic Plant Research Centre. They're an independent company and they quality test essential oils that are on the market. Now, back in 2019, they tested oils from more than 50 companies. And I have to say the results To me, I don't think I'm being dramatic, I was really shocked by this, because I thought if something said it said 100% pure on the label, then it had to be. Only 3 companies had consistently pure oils. Now, I'm really proud to say doTERRA was one of those. But what that does mean is 95% of those tested were selling adulterated oils. Now, 2 other companies tested pure. One, unfortunately, has since gone bankrupt. The other one's a little boutique company, and I think they've got 6 or 8 oils in their range, and they are typically twice the price of doTERRA, but they feel the same way about as we do about bringing a quality product to the market. So please do bear in mind that not all oils are created equally. Now, doTERRA's products will all carry the CPTG logo. This stands for Certified Pure Tested Grade. And if you want to know more about this, there's a website just popped up on your screen. I need to speak English today. So source2you.com is a really wonderful website, and it will give you lots and lots of information about the oils, about the plants and things like that. But when we're looking at it about quality, on the bottom of all our oils, I don't know if you can see, but there are some numbers printed on the bottom. Don't know if that's clear at all there, but there's some numbers printed on the bottom of that bottle. If you go onto that website and pop that batch number in, it will show you all the different tests that the oils have undergone. Over half the oils are done independently, so it's not us saying that they're certified pure, there's independent verification. And at the end of all the tests that the oils have undergone, you'll get a certificate of purity, which you can print off if you wish. So you can do that for every single batch of oil that you buy from doTERRA. It just goes to show you that we really do things differently here at doTERRA, and that website will show you lots of other things as well. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of our oils come from the developing world, and it's important that we have a good relationship with the farmers, the harvesters, the growers, all of those people. And to do that, we have what we call co-impact sourcing. Now, doTERRA seeks to reduce poverty through generating ethically responsible employment in essential oil production. And by creating and sustaining jobs in the rural and underdeveloped areas, doTERRA can support marginalised workers and also small-scale producers. And this is in the developing countries, and this seeks to enable them to move from income insecurity and poverty to economic self-sufficiency. So everybody benefits from these oils. Now, we also have a charitable arm. It's called our Healing Hands Foundation, and this was formed at the very beginning. So doTERRA actually cover all the overheads and administrative costs of this, which means that all the donations go directly to the people in need. And this is vital when you look at some of the projects that are undertaken. Things like access to healthcare, access to education, access to clean water, for heaven's sake, right the way through to fighting child sex trafficking. So there are some really big projects undertaken, and lives are changed because of the work that Healing Hands carries out. It's really lovely. And you'll find out more about all of these things on that Source2You website. Coming back to the oils, though, they are definitely very cost effective, and they have a long shelf life. For me, that first night's sleep with lavender, to think that cost 8p. 1 drop of lavender oil, 8p. I'd have paid hundreds and hundreds to have worked out why I wasn't sleeping and get a good night's sleep. But from the peppermint, for me, I was actually with the lavender, that was like an additional cost because I wasn't using anything else at the time. But with the peppermint, I was using omeprazole, and here in the UK, that's a prescription drug. And that means that I was probably paying about £9 or £10 a month for that drug. Well, the peppermint, using that instead, 7p a time, worked out so much cheaper than actually the prescription drug. So much better, helped with the issue as well as masking the symptoms, and it was so much cheaper as well. So definitely cost effective and a long shelf life. Now, when you come along to presentations like this, you possibly sit into one of 3 brackets. You're maybe on here like I was when I first came on, because you're just looking to learn about the oils and bring them into your own wellness lifestyle. If that's the case, I would recommend a membership. The membership gives you access to a free one-to-one wellness consultation. You'll get access to Facebook support groups. The membership also qualifies you to join the loyalty program, where you get free products and extra discounts. And also you have access to an awful lot of education in lots of different formats. With this group in particular, you'll also have access to the weekly continued education classes, and I'll touch on them in a bit more detail in a moment. But once you start learning about these oils, you may start to fit into this category where you start to share the oils and the little bit of knowledge that you have. And this can very quickly get to the point where you're getting your own products paid for. Now, this can be as simple as sharing your own positive experiences with friends and family, inviting them onto a call like this, or maybe as you get a bit bolder, hosting your own calls, or doing one-to-one meetings, you know, as your knowledge grows and your experience grows. But certainly in the early days, we would definitely host an online class for you if you got all your friends into a little group session, and we would host the class for you. And that way you'll receive referral bonuses and commissions for all the different orders and customers that you get. So that's a great way to ease into the business. But if you're on here because you actually want to get started with a business, earn an income and really make an income and make an impact, then definitely stick around for the last 10 to 15 minutes and we'll touch on that in a bit more detail. Now, I did just mention the live classes that we do in this group here. This is an example of our 8-week rolling program. So you can see all the different topics that we cover here. And these are wonderful if you've got a particular issue or a particular interest. For me, one of the first things I needed to understand was gut health, because that was a major issue for me. So Tanya's class on gut health really did open my eyes to things that I was doing wrong, but more importantly, things that I could do right to get myself back balanced. And then as the menopause approached, women's health, that class really did help. But they are an hour long every Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock UK time. And if you're not available at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday, then there's a recording that as part of your membership, you'll have access to the recording for the following week. So much information at your fingertips. These are really, really helpful. Now, I've just mentioned that the best way to go about getting involved is to get yourself a wholesale membership. Let me explain a little bit about what that is. So here we have your wholesale membership. It works a little bit like a Costco membership, where you pay a fee at the beginning of the year and then everything you buy is wholesale. Well, with doTERRA, your wholesale membership entitles you to 25% off all the retail prices on all the products. Plus, you have the opportunity to build up your discounts to an extra 10 to 30% on all your purchases. You'll have your one-to-one personal health consultation. And also remember, you'll have access to all the different education as well. Now, here in the UK, that is £24 for an annual membership. There are other currencies showing on your screen. If your currency is not showing up, go back to the person that invited you on. They will be more than happy to give you the prices where you are. Now, your membership is wonderful, and I think you get a lot there for your £24, but you may think, well, actually, I'd like to get my hands on some of the oils as well. Now, doTERRA do lots and lots of kits and collections, which are like little bundles they put together for you. But you could put your own bundle together if you wish. You could get your membership, select the particular oils that you're looking for, and you could go that way. Or you could buy one of the kits and collections. I'm just going to show you 3. So the first one here is this little trio kit. This is the first 3 oils we talked about today. So we've got peppermint, lavender and lemon in 5 ml bottles. Nice little introductory kit. And for this one, you would add £27.50 to the membership fee. So here in the UK, that one would come out at £51.50 for your membership and that nice little kit there. However, if you're like me and you're thinking, well, I could do with at least 5, maybe 6, possibly 7 of the oils you've talked about today, because that's how I felt when I learned about these oils. This little kit here, option 2, is all the 10 oils we've talked about today in 5 ml bottles. You also get with this one the lovely Essentials booklet. And this is an overview of all the products that doTERRA do. And it's a great one if you're new, for like an instant reference guide, and that comes free with this option. So this option is all the 10 oils, 5 ml bottles, £146. The good news with this one is the membership fee is included in that £146. So that's a nice little starter pack of all the 10 oils. Now, that's not the starter pack I started with, although I did want all the 10 oils. I was recommended option 3. This is our Home Essentials kit, and it's all the 10 oils, but now 9 of them are now in 15ml bottles. So 9 of them are now 3 times the amount of oil. This kit also includes a doTERRA petal diffuser, and that's a really nice diffuser. It will run for up to 8 hours continuously, so that's a nice one to have in a bedroom overnight if you're using the oils to help with sleep or breathing, and that's part of this kit. So because this kit has got 3 times the amount of oil and a petal diffuser, you'd expect it to be 3 times the price of option 2, or perhaps double the price of option 2. It's less than double the price of option 2. So this one's coming out at £247 for the entire kit. And again, the good news, this one does include the membership fee as well. So if your budget will stretch to that one, that is really good value for money. As you can see, it is actually one of our best sellers. So that's the first part of the presentation covered there. So please, if you're only on here for the oils, do go back to the person who invited you to watch this and set up a short call with them. Get any kind of personal issues that you want to discuss covered with them, and they might be able to put you a health plan together to cover them and go through them. So as promised, I'm going to come back into the room and see if there are any questions in the chat. So I'm going to go back to the presentation, and I'm going to cover the business side of things for those of you that are interested in earning extra income with doTERRA and setting it up as a business. So it says there, the joy of sharing oils. This really is, it's the happiest business I've ever been with, because what we do is we share our oils and we share our knowledge. And doTERRA's mantra, changing the world one drop, one person, one community at a time, is actually how we do the business. So this is your opportunity to help support other people. My screen has stopped. Here we go. This is your opportunity to support other people. If you're on here and you've got an existing business, so it could be that, you know, a holistic business of some description. So maybe you're a yoga teacher, fitness instructor, an aromatherapist. You may have a hairdressing salon, or you may have a beauty salon where you've got existing customers. We can show you how to incorporate this into your existing business and give you an extra income stream. So there's an easy way of doing it that makes it, you've got extra stuff that you can offer to your clients, rather than you just trying to sell them something else. You can actually really help and support your existing client base, and we show you how to do that effectively. If, like me, however, you didn't have a holistic business because you had no experience in this area at all, you are still going to know people who have got ailments and issues. And the thing is, the more you learn about these oils, the more you can offer samples to see if you can help your friends and family. Because if they've helped you, why would you not, you know, help other people? This isn't about selling these oils to your friends and family, but if it will offer them a solution, why wouldn't you help? And to add to that, you're using them as guinea pigs, so you'll have their testimonials, and it will give you greater confidence and a greater use of the different oils. So it's a wonderful way to practice on your friends and family. But we will actually show you, and there's full training available on how to make new connections, and this can be online or offline, or a combination of the two. How you run your business is entirely up to you. We will show you all the different trainings that are available, and what you choose to do on how you choose to run your business, up to you, and the amount of time you spend on your business, up to you as well. Spare time, part-time, full-time, it is entirely up to you. Now let's talk about the potential of doTERRA. 1 in 4 oils sold worldwide is a doTERRA oil. And bear in mind, the company is only 15 years old, so I think that's a wonderful statistic. In Europe, it's even better. 1 in 3 oils sold across Europe is a doTERRA oil. So that's showing you that in holistic circles, doTERRA is a very, very popular brand. But when it comes to the market potential for you as a business, look at it this way. Across Europe, only 3 out of every 10,000 people have a doTERRA membership. So the potential is absolutely huge. As I've already mentioned, doTERRA is available all around the world. So you can share locally if you wish, or you could work in a nominated country, and there are depots and outlets all around the world. So your oils will be coming from somewhere near you. So you don't have to worry about costly customs and timescales for waiting for parcels and things like that. So definitely a plus if you're looking to work wherever you are around the world. Now, don't take our word either for what we're saying about doTERRA as a business. Do some homework yourself. This website here, BFH, stands for Business for Home, and they audit home-based businesses. So they audited doTERRA, and they actually classified us as a AAA+ opportunity. It doesn't actually get any better than that. And there's some interesting stats came out of their audit. What they found was 85% of those that joined doTERRA joined as wholesale customers, and this is because they simply wish to buy the products at the best possible rate. Now, if you're interested in this as a business, if you're one of the other 15% that's looking to join as a wellness advocate, this next number is really important. This is the customer retention rate, and it's currently sitting at 68%. Now, if you're thinking that doesn't sound too good, compare that to the industry average, which is about 8%. So our customer retention is 68%. So you'll find that 7 out of 10 customers will buy regularly from you month in, month out. And that's really good when you're looking to build a customer base, because you can just keep building rather than try and keep replacing customers. And I think that says such a lot about the products and the company, the fact that people will stick with the company and the product. Now, we work through conversational marketing, and that's really good because this is what we all do each and every day. We've all been to a really nice restaurant, or we've seen a great film or something brilliant on Netflix and then raved about it to anybody that would listen. Well, that's what we do with doTERRA. We will recommend our business and our products from personal experience and also from experience of those around us. So it is a recommending business. Now, we earn money from recommending, and some people always ask the question, where does the money come from to pay the network? Well, let me explain this little bit here. This is a traditional essential oil company. So they've got the harvester, the wholesaler, sales reps, advertising, then the retailer before it gets to the customer. And every single step of that chain has got overheads and costs and needs to make a profit. We're talking about business now, so profit is not a dirty word. Every business needs to make profit, but every single step in that chain has got costs and needs to make a profit. Now, here at doTERRA, we've just got the harvesters, doTERRA the company, the network, which is us, and then the customer. So what we've done by eliminating all the traditional middlemen and their overheads, we've made massive savings in the chain, and those savings are what's put together to pay the network, and they do pay us really well. Not only that, your customers will get their products delivered directly to their door from doTERRA, so you don't need to hold any stock. So you don't need to hold stock, you don't need to raise invoices, send parcels, chase payment, any of those things. That's all done through doTERRA. But you will always be linked to your customers every time they buy, where you're going to earn your commissions and your bonuses. So it's a really easy way to do your business that way. Now, talking about getting paid, there are 5 different ways to earn money with doTERRA. The first 2, retail sales and fast start bonuses, are paid out weekly. Don't know many companies that pay you weekly. The other 3 bonuses, Power of 3, Unilevel and Performance Pools, are paid out on a monthly basis. So if you put all that together, it means you can actually get paid 5 times a month, which is really good if you're looking at cash flow. If you want to know more about this compensation plan in more detail, then do go back to the person who invited you on. They will go into it into full depth for you and explain the income and how you can achieve whatever level of income it is you're looking for. On the subject of earnings, it's all going to be relative to the amount of time that you can put into your business. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. What I can tell you, though, is when I first started, remember, I didn't know very much, and I just sharing my experiences and complete novice, just getting people to come onto a class so they could learn from someone who understood what they were talking about. I had less than 5 hours a week to do any of that. And I can tell you within 3 months, I was definitely in that bracket in the top range there. If you're looking to supplement your income, so you're looking for say £500 to £3,500 a month, you'll have to put more time into it and treat it like a part-time business. Remember, all of these numbers have been audited. If you're looking to replace your income, or maybe you're looking for a retirement fund or lifestyle money, so £3,500 to over £12,000 a month, you're going to have to treat this like a full-time business, and we can show you how to do this. It says there 15 to 30 hours a week. Andy, who's on the call today, he started this business with his wife, and he really did need to replace, or they needed to replace, their income very quickly. And they'll both freely tell you that they were doing 40 hours a week when they first got going in order to get the income coming in. So we can definitely show you, whichever bracket you want to be in, how to reach that goal and what kind of effort is required. This is just the kits that I showed you earlier. This is just to explain that whether you join as a wholesale customer or a wellness advocate, the way in is the same. There is no additional cost to join as a wellness advocate. When you join as a wellness advocate, however, you will get your own online website and online retail shop. And this is what it'll look like, and you get this straight away. You can personalize it, where that little bottle of lavender is. You can put your own little photo or your company bio. And the good thing about this is it's part of the package, and as and when they change things, bring new products out, do new promo videos, update things, it's all done overnight. You log back in and it's changed, and you haven't got to worry about photos, pictures, your web designer, all of that's all done for you. Now, the best way to learn about doTERRA's products is to actually use the products. So that way you can be authentic and you can teach from the heart. That way you'll find that it's easy to share with others. And then you'll find very quickly you're starting to teach people the little bit you've learned so far. Now, while you're learning, there's a lot of support there for you. We put these classes on 3 times a week. So there's myself, Andy and Sue, who are on the call today, and also Rebecca. We put these classes on 3 times a week, plus we do all the extra trainings as well. And that's all there to help and support you. And there's lots of ongoing training and support as well. We are a community, we do help each other, but you'll also have your own personal mentor. That will be the person that introduces you to doTERRA. They will have been a new person once as well, so they'll know exactly how you're feeling and how to help you, and they will work with you on a one-to-one level. I would urge all of you to download this app onto your phone. This one here is The Essential Life. It's a great one because if your knowledge is, like me, brand new, or it's a bit sketchy, you don't know, somebody could mention an ailment, you could type it in, it will recommend some oils, but more than that, it will tell you which oils to use, how much to use, how to use it, how often to use it, how long to use it for. So it doesn't assume any knowledge at all. So you don't have to be an expert. You can start recommending straight away with the backup of your app. You'll also have access to a lot of the ebooks. There are quite a few ebooks in your back office. These are great for boosting your knowledge, but they're also great to send out to people who might be interested in a particular topic. You can send them out, they can have a read, and then they can come back to you. We also have an app called the doTERRA Social. This is great if you're looking to do your business online. It will give you content and wording, and if you approve it, it will post it across all your pages and platforms for you. It's very, very clever. I have no idea how it works, but I just know it really just makes working online really easy. We have weekly empowerment webinars as well. These are more information and a deep dive into products and the business if you're wanting to go more in depth with your knowledge. You'll have access to lots of private Facebook groups. Will be led by your interests there. And also just know that we are here to help you every single step of the way. But coming back to you guys, this isn't for everybody. We are just looking for certain types of people. So these are the qualities we're looking for. So do you like helping people? Do you like natural products? And are you interested in health and wellness? That's what we're all about. But also, do you consider yourself teachable? doTERRA is unlike any other company out there, and our oils are definitely unlike other oils out there. So there's a fair bit to learn. So you need to be teachable. But we have a good thorough induction training. So if you are looking to come on board and you're willing to learn, then there's an induction training for you to go through, and you can go through this in any order you wish. We'll be with you every step of the way. So you may be wanting to perhaps learn more about the oils, the 10 core oils that we teach on, how to use them, how to match those oils with symptoms, reduce toxic load, strengthen your immunity, things like that. And then you might want to go on to looking at the business skills and show how we can set yourself up online, how you can launch a business, how you can conduct a wellness consultation. So this just looks like one page of training. Behind each of those blue links is an in-depth training, and we'll take you through it step by step at your pace. So thank you everybody for sticking with me today. That's the end of the presentation, and please do go back to the person who invited you on to watch this. We always do love to get your feedback from these classes to see if there was anything in particular that grabbed your interest. Now I'm going to come back into the room and see if there are any questions in the chat. Can't see any new questions in the chat. Does anybody want to unmute themselves and ask a question, or quickly type something into the chat? It's entirely up to you. I'm going to have a drink and make it all go quiet.
I just wanted to say it was really interesting. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Emily. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, really good. Like you, I take omeprazole. I had a dad who had COPD. I've got a mum who's got itchy skin. I've been using peppermint oil for her. I'm a cleaner, so I've been looking for ways to clean more naturally. But I think I quite like the idea of pushing it a bit further as well.